Oh shit. Submit, is my notebook right there? Is it like around there anywhere? Alright. Thank you. Oh boy, it's live, baby. Give it up again for Panda. That was great. That was very fun. Always fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new name for me on the list, which is always exciting. Can't wait to see what they got in store for us. We're about halfway through the list, guys. We're on number 8. So we made it halfway. The back half is stacked. Oh my god. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kevin Hall, please.
These fucking Mexicans.
Don't be a dick!
No, I have nowhere to go with that. I just wanted to start out there. But big hand for the last performer. Another big hand for Moana. And John, thank you. We have never met. I was wondering how he was going to introduce me. I was like, I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me. But you're doing a good job managing this year tonight. He's kind of short and kind of brings a whole new meaning to the term micromanagement. Getting started with you guys here tonight. I was on the computer before I came here tonight. I was looking at taking a cruise, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize how interesting it was. Like, they're really specific nowadays. Like, there's like the first tier cruises everyone knows about. It's like the Caribbean, Jamaica, Alaska, right? Everyone knows about those. Then there's like a whole other tier underneath that. It's like 1970s rock and roll band, like Kiss, you know, something like that, or, you know, WWF, like really specific niche groups. And then there's a whole nother level. This one is like for like people where you're just like, wow, I can't believe there's a whole cruise ship that could fill up people with that interest. And this is the one that really like blew my hair back. You're not gonna believe this. There's actually a cruise. It's just for closeted gay Scientologists. Yeah, apparently it's called the Tom Cruise. Hey now, getting started here. Everyone was so funny tonight, guys. Fucking big hand for everyone. Awesome. I was just sitting around on my ass before I came here tonight. I was watching some TV. I was watching some track, which I never normally do, but I'm glad I did because I saw something I'd never seen before. You see, these two African Americans both finished a race at the exact same time. And it got me wondering, is that what's meant by the term a black tie event? It's not racist, don't worry. But track's an interesting sport. Track's the only sport that's named, like, it's the only sport that doubles as a punishment. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever in any other sport growing up and you ever made a mistake, your punishment was always what? Just take a lap, right? And here you have these sadists signing up to do it for fun, which is interesting. Like, I don't understand it at all. But what I really don't understand is, like, how do you motivate one of your athletes as a track coach? Like, how does that even work? It's like, hey, Billy, this time, this 40-yard dash, I want you to run as fast as you can. You sure? I believe in you. Go get him. But then also it's like, how do you like discipline one of your athletes as a track coach? How does that even work? It's like, Smith, you're 15 minutes late to practice, buddy. Guess what? You gotta go do that thing while you're here to do anyway and you enjoy. Nah, do it while you want. Track's interesting. I mean, if you want to run track, you gotta be athletic. You can't be lazy, right? It's like a prerequisite. Which is why the naming of the sport is so interesting. It's like no effort went in there whatsoever. It's the only sport that's named after what you're standing on when you do it. Right? We could do better than that. You know, the guy who invented it must have been asked, like, after a really long day of work, he's like, what do I call it? Track. And you got some old-timey guys like, come on, there's a sport sweeping the nation. People are really excited about it. I know you're tired, but it sounds like you're just kind of pointing out what you're seeing. Really, what do you call it? I don't know. And field. All right? I'm punching out. I'm calling it a day. But yeah, I'm a competitive guy. I love sports, but I'm pretty lazy at the same point. I just joined up for jiu-jitsu about 2 weeks ago. If you're not familiar, there you go. This guy's a fight fan, right? It's a martial art. It requires a lot of rolling around, a lot of sweating, or in my case, a lot of crying, a lot of throwing up and such. I persevered, in fact. I actually have an accolade that no one else can really say. I'm actually the only practitioner to ever go from a white belt to a yellow belt on his very first night. Now, I should say this wasn't through some great skill or physical accomplishment. No, I pissed myself. Instant yellow belt was dripping. Oh, it's gross. But hey, hold your sympathy. For the very next week, I accidentally promoted myself to brown belt. You know, I think they were just intimidated by my rank. Or was it that they said I smelled rank? I can never tell. But, you know, I'm a competitive guy. You know who says I'm too competitive is my girlfriend. I mean, me and her, we play chess all the time. And I mean, I always beat her. I always beat her. If she wins. Come on. I use an open hand. I'm not an animal. Nah, but I apologize if that comes across as brutal. Like, I try to be honest, but I don't want to be brutally honest. Like, there's a fine line. My mother, she's brutally honest. I mean, we had a heart-to-heart the other day. I left off with her on this note. I said, Mom, you should embrace your mistakes. You know what I mean? Embrace your mistakes. So she hugged me and my sister. Oh! Hey-oh! I love sports. A buddy of mine comes over to my house the other day after playing golf, and he comes over and he throws me a beer and he's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, how'd you shoot? He goes, well, you know, you're looking at the guy responsible for the greatest bunker shot in the history of the world. And I just looked at him and I said, bullshit. He goes, bullshit? He goes, you weren't even there. How could you know? I said, the greatest bunker shot in the history of the world. There's no way it was better than Hitler's. You guys paid attention in school. I appreciate that. I'm going to give you one more that you sort of have to pay attention in school for, and I'll leave it there. Okay, you ready? Let me know if this is weird. I'll often take a razor and I'll shave from my wrists all the way up to my shoulders, just to exercise my Second Amendment right. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm Kevin Hall.